My name is Chris McKinnon. I work at 29 Shrewsbury Road, Autism Together, and I've been with the company now for around 10 years, with a gap in between. Initially, I started as a support worker. I worked in the support worker role for a few years, and then climbed up into the management, into the deputy role, and then into a team leader role. I left the company to become a probation officer, and then decided that wasn't for me, and I actually preferred working for Autism Together. So then I came back, and I've now been back with the company for about 4 years. So I'm back in a deputy locality manager role now, which is going really well. Initially, I started working for Autism Together because I enjoy working with people. I'm a people person. I always have been a people person, and I get a real sense of achievement out of helping people progress in their lives. So that was probably the reason why I initially applied. And then when I applied for the company, it was great because I was literally just like sort of thrown in. I was given loads and loads of training, and I learned so much about autism, which is something that I had absolutely no knowledge about. And then I left to become a probation officer, and the reason I did that was because, you know, when I was younger, I always wanted to work with offenders and to sort of try and rehabilitate them. And then when I started the job, I thought, no, this isn't the kind of work that I'd like to be doing. I got a lot more enjoyment and a lot more sort of sense of fulfilment out of working with people with autism. So I decided to resign from the probation service and return to Autism Together. When I was a support worker, my role consisted mainly of, being assigned with somebody during the day to help them with support with whatever sort of needs that they needed. It would be things such as, laundry, maybe personal care, maybe accessing the community to do different things, and obviously, trying my best to sort of utilise my skills that I've learned, and use the training that I've undertaken to, sort of put my skills in action, if you like, to help people to progress with their skills or with their, experiences and things like that. So that was the main role of the support worker. So it was very fulfilling, and it was absolutely brilliant to see people progress and be a part of that journey with people. And now in the deputy role, it's a little bit different. The reason I like the deputy role is because I'm still doing that support with people, but at the same time, I'm mostly managing a team as well. So really enjoying it. So yeah, I'd recommend the support worker role to anyone. It's excellent. I think when I first started, I found it a tad daunting. I think obviously when especially if you've never done this kind of work before, when I initially started, I did find it a little bit daunting because I didn't really know what to expect. But what I found was that any concerns I had were sort of put to bed quite early, because we were put on an extensive training, which was really good and helped me to sort of gain the confidence to walk into the workplace and sort of think, I know what I'm doing here. And also as well, guidance from the management was great. When I arrived, they took me under their wing straight away and said, right, Chris, we're going to make sure that you shadow this. You're not going to be doing anything on your own immediately. So that put my mind at rest. And then, before you know it, your confidence is just right up there, and you could just go in and do what you need to do. So I didn't really have any concerns. I think it was just the unknown, but those concerns, quickly changed into, an appreciation for the job, really. In the deputy role, even though I still support people, my day normally consists of, getting someone up in the morning, making sure that they're up, making sure that they've had their breakfast, making sure that they're having a shower or a bath, making sure they're getting dressed, and then depending on what is on their weekly schedule will determine how I'm going to support that person for the day. Some people will go out and do CVS, community vocational services, which includes things like woodwork, ceramics, gardening, things like that. So sometimes I'll be required to go and do those things. If not, then it might be a drive somewhere nice. If there's like a favourite place that someone's got, then we'll take a car drive somewhere, maybe go for a walk, maybe go somewhere in the summer, for a nice walk. So it's very varied, and I think it solely depends on what the individual I'm supporting likes to do, how they get the most out of the things they like to do. The best skills to have for this role would be Well, the best tip I could give anyone really would be to be open-minded. And I think the reason for that is because, autism affects people in various different ways. It's not like a uniform condition where, there's certain things that you can do with one individual that you wouldn't be able to do with another. So I would say keep an open mind. I'd say be brave, because I think sometimes you need to push boundaries a little bit to get the most out of people. So I would say, do whatever you can. Sit down and actually, take the time to learn, about the individual you're supporting with regards to communication, things that they like, things they don't like. Take the time to get to know them, and then that will help you to be able to build your skill set, to be able to support them the best way to help them achieve, outcomes in the future. So I would say be open-minded is the best thing, and take the time to learn about the person that you're supporting. I've worked with a lot of individuals with autism now, and I've been able to sort of like adapt my personality to people to help them get the most. There's been things that I've done in the past that have been a massive milestone to help people, such as, go on a roller coaster. For somebody else, it might be to make a glass of juice. It's completely varied. What gives me the most joy is seeing people, reach their potential, and being part of that journey with them to sort of, put the stepping stones in front of them to help them, guide them in the right direction. And, and those milestones can be completely, varied. It could be going on a roller coaster, or it could be making a cup of juice. Being able to sort of be a part of that, to help, learn about how that person communicates, and to learn, the best way to enable them to learn the new skills and to reach their full potential. So there's no better feeling than that. That's why I love the job so much.